Hey folks, and welcome back to West Yorkshire Retro Gamer. And I am delighted to report that Leeds United women have come away with a really good win against Durham Cestria with a final score of 4-2. The score doesn't kind of tell the whole story, but overall, a really good result for the Leeds girls. So I just wanted to give a quick review on it. So, as you can see, Leeds women currently play in the FAWNL Division 1 North, and as you can see from the scoreline there, it's a brace for Kath Smith and a brace for Jess Russo. Taking the lead twice in the first half, only to be pegged back by Clark and Nicholson for Durham. And then in the second half, quite evenly matched, and it really took until, as you can see there, the last 10 minutes where Leeds were actually starting to really probe the Durham defence, and in the end, two really good goals, and the fourth goal is an absolute screamer from Jess Russo. All four goals pretty good, to be fair, and we'll just talk a little bit about these. You can see the lineups there: Carrie Simpson in goal, Shauna Legg, one of the new signings this season, Livy Smart, captain, Sarah Danby, experienced player, Ellie Dobson, Jess Russo, Cass Smith, who is one of my favourite players in the team at the minute, and has been for a couple of seasons now. I just think she's a really good player at this level. Jess Russo, obviously a goal scoring machine last season. Jakeman coming back from injury, getting back into the team. Amy Woodruff there as well. And then the Green sisters, Drew and Darcy. Subs not used was Ruby Waldron and Diaz, who I believe is from the Leeds Women Reserves team. So, quick rundown of the Durham team. McCain in goal, Mackie, Jordanson, Winter, Brown, Soulsby, Gap, Bell, Clark, Gibbon and Nicholson. The subs used by Leeds, by the way, was just the one sub used, which was Sian Gilbert-Keating. I think Jakeman went off because she hasn't played for a little while, so it kind of made sense. Doody came on due to an early injury for one of Durham's players there. Collins and LaForestier didn't get on. Noble came on at half time. Collinson after the hour mark. But in the end, it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. The match was played at what is Leeds United women's home ground for the season, which is at Garforth, the Bannister Prentice Stadium. And the referee, Lucas McLaughlin, he was quite lenient throughout the match, if truth be told. Sarah Danby, the only player getting booked in the entire match, and if that was a yellow, then I think there was a few other moments that could have been yellow cards as well. So, as you can see there, this is taken from the Leeds website. In terms of a review, it's kind of hard to get reviews and stats and things for the level that Leeds play at the minute. So really pleased that Leeds United do cover their women's team. So as you can see there, 2 late goals from Jess Russo, just killing the game off, really confirming those 3 points for the league. And as I say, the first half full of goals, 2 each at half time. Cass Smith scoring a penalty and then getting a really nice finish after being laid off by Jess Russo to score a second. Amy Woodruff looked good in the first half as well, to be fair. Yeah, she was quite lively first half, Amy. And there you can see Cass Smith putting away the penalty. McCain in the Durham goal was quite a presence and quite vocal throughout the match, I noticed. Seemed to complain quite a bit. But yeah, as you can see, Russo won back possession, put that ball through. Really cool finish from Cass Smith there, very calm, very composed. And as you can see there, that's Cass Smith's 4th goal of the season, which is a really good return so far. So yeah, at this point then there was another what looked like a really good goal actually. It was a really good shot, but the goal was choked off in the end. And moving on from that, as to be said, the second goal from Durham was a bit of a screamer. Yeah, there was nothing that Carrie Simpson could have done about it, to be honest. Good goal, good shot from distance. And then moving on to the second half, a couple of really good free kicks came in swinging left footers from the right hand side, from Leeds' right. Shauna Legg got close with one of them, and really, at this point, the second half actually was a little bit quiet compared to the first in terms of clear-cut chances. But what I really liked was the fact that, considering it really didn't look like either team was going to score, the final 10 minutes, Leeds really stepped up the pace, got some nice passing going on, and really took it to Durham. Yeah, it was just a super goal from Jess Russo. That gave Leeds a 3-2 lead, and then the 4th goal. So I got it mixed up before. I got the two Jess Russo's 2 goals mixed up, but ultimately, 3rd strike, fantastic. 4th goal, again, just a very cool, calm finish from Jess. I actually thought Jibril Keating could have gotten a shot away. He should have hit it first time, but it fell to Jess, and she finished it really well. So as you can see, final score. The Leeds websites have got the score wrong there. So it's actually the other way. It's Leeds United women 4, Durham Cestria 2. I don't know what they've done there. Some nice pictures taken of the Leeds women in action there and celebrating the goals. overall, I really like the look of the Green Sisters. I think they look very good on the wings for Leeds. Definitely a pair of good signings there. Kat Smith, as I said, has started the season really well. She's becoming a bit of a veteran. She probably won't like me saying that, but she's really becoming a veteran of the team now. Jess Russo back to her best, certainly with her two finishes. In the final 10 minutes there. Just some really, really solid performances. Sarah Danby in the middle there, she had a decent game. The girls look really good, and as I say, first half was a very open game, and hence a 2-2 scoreline at half time. And the second half it didn't really come to much. It was, up until the 80th minute, there wasn't a shed load of chances. It was kind of more of a battling performance at both ends, with a couple of scrappy moments. But then, as I say, the final 10 minutes, Leeds really went on the offensive, and really got into some good areas, some good attacking going on. And as I say, the better of the two goals from Jess Russo was an absolute rocket. If you get a chance, check out the highlights, because all 6 goals are well taken. You know what I mean? There's a good level of quality in all the goals. It feels like Leeds have played against Durham Cestria on numerous occasions over recent seasons. It really does. Just one of those teams we can't seem to shake off at the minute. I would love to see the Leeds United women's team go full time. I'd really like to see it, because then they're going to get full time coaching. The fitness is going to improve, and they need to play on a better pitch. There seems to be a nice number of fans that turn up to these games on a Sunday. I haven't been able to turn up myself yet. I really want to, but Garforth without me driving is a little awkward. It was even worse when they were playing at Tadcaster. That was dreadful to get to without driving. I couldn't get there at all. Garforth, in theory, I could possibly get to, but trains on a Sunday are not great. But I'd really like to see the women in action at some point soon. As I say, the club has decided to stick with Simon Wood. He kind of took over from Rick Passmore last season, and it seemed to be a bit of a struggle adapting to Wood's tactics. But he seems to have got the girls playing in a better style. As I said, the double signing of the Green Sisters has definitely helped. And I just wish that the Leeds United website had updated the players' pages both for the men and women and under 21s, because there isn't any at the minute. Usually they've got the player pages done by the time the transfer window shuts, and they haven't done them, which is disappointing. But yeah, overall, as far as this is concerned, great win for Leeds. Very happy with the result, and as I say, credit to Nicholson for Durham for her scorcher as well. Her goal was very good, a very good strike from outside of the box, and that was only really bettered by Jess Russo's effort. Absolute belting strike. You ain't getting any women goalkeeper stopping that one. Not a chance. And as I say, some of the build-up play was very nice at times. The girls, there was one attack that involved about half a dozen passes coming down the left-hand side. Some really good stuff. Because what people need to remember is that Leeds United women's team are not in the Women's Premier League. They're about 3 or 4 divisions down. These lasses play part time. It's the equivalent of the what I still call the conference, even though it's the National League now. It's kind of that kind of level. If you were to give like an equivalent level on the pyramid, if you will, to the men's game, so it is around League Two or National League, that kind of level, as far as I know. And so these girls, I think they train twice a week, and then play on a Sunday. That's pretty much how it goes. But I would dearly love to see the Leeds women be put into a position where they can train, four or five times a week, and then play the match, and play on a better pitch. If Ellen Road could develop a small second stadium next to Ellen Road, there's plenty of space. And if they could just develop a small ground, anything up to maybe 5,000-10,000 people, somewhere between that, and then use that so that it can be the home stadium for the Leeds women and Leeds under 21s and Leeds under 18s. I think that'd be a fantastic move by the club. One little detail I noticed was that the jackets that the staff were wearing had 11 Sports on it, which was Leeds' former owner Brad Rizani. That's his company. So I don't know whether he's got something to do with the sponsorship of the women. Maybe he kept that in when he left, I don't know. Then again, it wasn't showing last season, so I don't know. It's really strange. I'd really like to see Leeds women playing on a better pitch, with some better facilities, and to be coached full time. And that way, then they're going to improve. They're going to get fitter, stronger. They're going to be paid, a full time wage by the club, and it'll give the lasses a chance to, to really kick on and get out of this current division. I think this has been one of the problems for Leeds women. They've kind of hit a peak, and they've been in this division a while now. And I'd just love to see Leeds women get promoted and just start kicking on. I remember a time when Leeds United women played in the equivalent of the Women's Premier League, and they were one of the best. They were comfortably a top half team for a lot of seasons, and then it all went to pot, didn't it, with Cellino distancing the club from the women's team, which I thought was a disgusting move, quite frankly. Glad we got rid of that parasite. Radrizani did a good thing by bringing the women's team back to the club. It needs to be part of Leeds United. It has to be. It is the official Leeds team. That plays in the women's division, so it has to be. So yeah, hopefully things might develop. Maybe we have to wait until we get in the Premier League, but I'm just thinking that, because as far as I'm aware, the ownership of the Leeds women's team, even though they are connected with Leeds men's team, is owned by a different ownership, or certainly there's a different staff structure, different boardroom structure, so it's different ownership or different chairman, different people at the top. I think it needs to just be one thing. I really do. Because with all the individual funding that Leeds United Football Club gets now, all the minor investors, there's obviously the major investor that invests into the club, the York family, the 49ers enterprise, but then all of the others, all of those other minority stakes that have got a little piece of Leeds United, could their money be put into the women's team? Could something be done where the women's team are financed, properly, and they get the opportunity to, to have their own little stadium built? I mean, I know that obviously work's going on at Ellen Road, to increase the capacity of Ellen Road. So again, this would probably put paid to any kind of opportunity to build a small ground, next to Ellen Road. But or even just just somewhere else in Leeds. Just build a small Leeds United stadium that can house the Leeds women, Leeds under 21s, Leeds under 18s, and even the Leeds girls team, Leeds reserves, Leeds women's reserves. I think that'll work really well. But again, it's financing, it's staffing, it's development and production of the stadium itself. If it was to happen, so you never know. You never know. But if Leeds can have a good season this season, get themselves promoted, then that might just attract enough attention to the ownership to think, right, okay, the women's team deserve that little bit of an upgrade now, and hopefully they get it, because the pitch at Garforth Stadium is quite bobbly, which doesn't really help these players to play their best football, because the quality of the pitch isn't brilliant. The fans make a decent noise there, for a relatively small ground. It's only one stand, but they do make a decent noise, as you'd expect from Leeds fans. We always do. But yeah, hopefully the future's bright. The future's looking white for the Leeds United women. Great result today, 4-2 against Durham Cestria, a team that would be expected to be, top half of the table come the end of the season. So yeah, good result. So hopefully the players come through without any injuries. I know that Liv Smart went down a couple of times in the final 10-20 minutes. So hopefully she's okay. She's a vital player, obviously being the club captain. I know that Becky Bass is I think she's part of the coaching team now, like officially, from what I can tell. I think she's one of Simon Wood's assistants. Obviously, Rebecca Bass was one of Leeds' fullbacks, and actually Liv Smart's kind of taken Becky Bass's position, in the team, not just as captain, but at fullback. So yeah, there we go. Really pleased with that result. Long may it continue for the Leeds girls, and I just hope they get promotion. You can never fault their effort. I watch the Leeds women's games, and they're always trying. There's no lack of effort. I feel that tiredness does set in a little bit, towards the last 10-15 minutes of games, especially if they've been working hard in the match. If they're up against an opponent that really makes them work. But some good stuff today. Some good interceptions, good blocking. As I say, going forward, a couple of moments, really, really good stuff. And as I say, one of Jess Russo's goals is an absolute peach. So I'd highly recommend that you watch the highlights when they become available. Don't just take my word for it. See for yourself. Check it out yourself and see what you think. And as I say, I highly recommend watching them on a regular basis. They're going in the right direction. Simon Wood's had time to kind of instill his own ideas into the team now, and they do seem to be playing better than what they did when he initially took over. It was quite a big transition, losing Rick Passmore and Simon Wood taking like temporary charge, and then obviously he's been kept in permanent charge ever since. So yeah, all good. With that in mind, we'll leave it there. Big thank you for all the support as always, both on the live streams and recorded videos that I do, both for the video games and for the Leeds United football. All being well, I'll be streaming tonight. Don't know what video game I'll be playing yet. I'm that close to just having a chatting stream with my viewers, because there's a heck of a lot of chat that certainly happened in the first half of the streams recently, which has been really good. But in the meantime, do please hit the like and the subscribe buttons if you haven't already. And I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye for now.